Tylenol during pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good. For this reason, they are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary.
President Trump's announcement of paracetamol use in pregnancy, possibly being related to the development of autism, has caused a stir right around the world and a lot of concern among pregnant women. So what are the facts behind this announcement? If you sift down and really look at the detail of what the White House has put out on this, it lists a number of studies that are known as association studies. There have been many studies, probably about 5 or 6, that have reported an association between autism and the use of paracetamol during pregnancy. The scientific community has pointed out that association does not equal cause. But we also have to keep in mind that establishing a definitive cause through, say, a randomised control trial is very difficult in this sort of situation, because it would be unethical to ask women to be part of a group that took the paracetamol versus a control group that didn't. So the Trump administration is pointing out that yes, we don't know that this is a definitive cause, but we need to take a cautious approach in relation to paracetamol use during pregnancy. Now, I don't think that's an unreasonable message, because it's actually not really dissimilar to the message that, in fact, Australia's health regulator has itself. The Therapeutic Goods Administration in Australia says that paracetamol use during pregnancy is safe and that it doesn't have any active adverse reports it's investigating. The TGA classifies paracetamol use during pregnancy as a pregnancy category A drug, which means essentially the risk is remote of something like this happening in terms of a heightened risk of autism. But it also does say that you should only take paracetamol during pregnancy if you really need it, and you should use it for the shortest possible period of time and at the lowest dose you need. I think that's a really important message, because a lot of us regard paracetamol as something just completely safe, a pill that you could pop really every 4 to 6 hours and not really think much about whether it's got any adverse effects or the safety of it. It is the case that every drug carries risk, even paracetamol, and it really should be used judiciously. And that is the message coming from the top health authorities, including Australia's, and it's essentially the message coming out of the White House as well. What we have to keep in mind here, though, is that fever can be dangerous during pregnancy, and it is important medically, under the advice of your doctor, to control a fever. That is the message that we're hearing from experts, and of course that's a large part of the reason that a lot of women take paracetamol during pregnancy. But if you really actually drill down into the details of what the White House is putting out on this and what the mainstream health messages around the world are saying, they're really not that dissimilar. The take-home message is caution is warranted. Paracetamol should only be taken when it's needed and at the lowest dose for the shortest possible time.